If you guys want to see how I make $600 to $1,000 every single day using Facebook ads for a home service business, watch this video. I'm going to do a deep dive into Facebook ads, so let's get after it. So if you're watching this video and you have any sort of business, like I run a roof and gutter business, and this is the type of strategies that I use to get leads every single day. You know, my aim is to get anywhere from 1, 2, 3 leads per day so I can do 1 or 2 jobs a day. Or I said 3 leads, but 3 leads on Facebook and then some more on my other website. So, you know, we're using these methods like Facebook ads paired with your website. You know, it's the deadly jab cross combo. So basically for Facebook ads, we're going to dive into my computer really quick in a second. But, you know, the whole strategy that we want to do is we want to spend $1 on Facebook ads and make $2 back. That's the basics. Any advertising strategy, you've probably heard it before, but it's because it fucking works. Because what is that? 1 to 2? That is multiplying money. Advertising is multiplying money. So it allows us to spend $10, $20, $30 per day on ads. And if we're even booking just one job for $300, you spend $30 and you make $300. That is a fantastic return on investment. So that is all we really want to master. We want to get good at, you know, multiplying money. So that's all advertising is. So I'm gonna dive into the computer and let's get after it. All right, guys, we are here into the gold mine of making money on the internet, which is Facebook ads. And just to tell you, I'm not full of baloney. Here's some of the ads that I'm running right now. This one was way better yesterday. I had 3 messages and it was $4 per message each. But, you know, just a few days or just like 12 hours later, it's gone up to $7 per message. This one's $8 per message right here. So yeah, like basically we'll get into this later, and this is like a topic for another video. You can see I'm testing like, you know, 6 different ads, and you can see like this one's $26, this one's $8. So I'll probably shut off the $26 one, take the $8 one, duplicate it, but you know, we'll talk about that later. So basically, you know, the whole point is I've spent, you know, on average $15 per messaging, which is a little bit higher than I'd like. You know, $8 is a little bit better. You know, $8 for 8 conversations. $8 is pretty solid because if you're spending, you know, $8 per lead, and even if you're just closing 1 out of 3 leads, which is, you know, pretty average, you know, that means it's $24 for you to get a customer with like a booked job. And as we've discussed, you know, I'm running an ad, these are like a $299 offer. And, you know, if you do any sort of upsell, like $400, $500, $600, I did a job last week for $1,500 for a roof clean. He responded to a $299 ad. So we're just getting as many leads in the door as we can, booking the jobs, and then, you know, like you said, like I said, you know, making $300 from spending, you know, $30 is pretty awesome. So that is the whole point with that. So with that, I'm going to show you guys kind of how I build the ad, how we structure it and go on Facebook. So let's go back to the ads manager. So if you've never seen Facebook ads, I have a bunch of other videos on like a little bit more basics, but so here we're going to create a new campaign. And for up here, like now in 2023, I still like to use engagement because engagement allows us to get messenger leads. And that's kind of annoying how it pops up. But we want engagement. That's the one thing. So this one, I'm going to run a new, let's do roof soft wash. I ran a new campaign for this last night, but I'm going to show you guys how I built it. I already have a lead coming in from that. It was a text message lead. So that's another thing too. Like the numbers that I showed you earlier are a little bit skewed because you'll get a lot of, you know, calls, texts, and, you know, but as long as money's coming in, I really just like to keep a look on how much I'm spending per day. Right now I'm spending like $40 a day on ads because I just put up a new campaign last night. So, you know, $40, and we're doing a job today. It's going to be at least $400, $500. We got another $500 one tomorrow. So, you know, as long as we're doing a job a day, you know, at least 1 to 2 jobs a day, I'm happy. So roof soft wash, don't worry about any of that other stuff. I just leave it the same. Then, you know, obviously messaging apps, my Facebook page. Let's see. So I like to do $10 a day. We'll talk about that in a second. So, or we can talk about it now. So I like to put it at $10 a day because this is how much our whole campaign is going to be spending, or at least this ad set. So we have our, you know, our ad campaign, the ad set, and then the ads themselves. So the ads, I like to use anywhere from 3 to 4 ads per ad set. And then once it starts working, I'll either duplicate this ad set, and then that's going to duplicate our money. So if we duplicate it, if we multiply 10 times 2, it's going to be $20 per day. So let's see. Yeah. And then, so we'll name this, and then this is also, we're going to set our location, how to put our audience in. I'm going to do that real quick. So yeah, keep this video as short as possible. You know, I put a bunch of locations around where I live and where we want to service. So obviously you want to keep it, you know, in a reasonable distance of you driving. You don't want to do a job that's, you know, 3 hours away. Here, you know, basic stuff. Let's put it up to at least 30. Sometimes I'll do 35. Let's do 35. But yeah, so 35. So that brings us down to 800,000, which is quite a few people. So there's a couple things we can do here when we're talking about targeting. So I know I'm moving kind of fast. I just want to like really get into the nitty gritty. I don't want this video to be too long, but this is going to be everything that you need to know. Advantage placements, yeah, keep that the same. Yeah, we're talking about targeting next. So here's a quick thing. I've run this Facebook page for the last couple of years. So my Facebook page has quite a bit of data. So if you're just brand new, if you're just running ads for the first time, you're probably going to want to put something here. I would do home improvement, or you can do top percentage of income, Home Depot, maybe try Tesla. Those are some good interests that you can do. For me, I'm actually going to do no targeting. I've already named it there. So no targeting 6. So I'm actually not going to target anybody because I have a lot of data, and I'm going to let Facebook kind of do the work for me. So I know like this number is really high, like 800,000 people, and if we did put an interest, it'd go down to like 300,000. But like I said, I've had a lot of people. I already have a lot of data, so I can kind of get away with it. But as I said, if you're just starting, try and think of like, okay, what is an interest that a homeowner would be into? Like, how can we get in front of people that have homes? And like we said, not going to be an 18-year-old, going to be at least 35, at least. So we're going to add a video, and this is part of a bigger strategy that I like to do with TikTok. So I posted this as a TikTok video to kind of see how it did. Did pretty well. It didn't do anything crazy. So it said, this will add years onto your roof life. I had another ad that did even better than that. And it was just like, do this one thing every year. It's me cleaning your roof. And so I just killed it. So you can see here, just a basic, 9 seconds of me washing a roof. Pretty simple. And whoop-de-doo. So it's going to repeat, they're watching it. I think it's got like some bird sounds or whatever. But so next I went and copied the copy that I wrote yesterday. And I'll walk you through it. So for me, there's a couple. So for an ad, we want to call out our target audience. We want to call out our customer. And so there's a couple of ways you can do this. I see a lot of people, they try and target the person themselves based on their location. So you'll see a lot of people be like, oh, attention Dallas homeowners, or attention Georgia. And you can do that, and I've done it before, but I typically like to target based on a pain point, based on an interest. So like, is your roof looking dirty? That is if someone is already thinking about that, then it's like, oh wow, like that's exactly what I need to see. And then we want to get them to read the next line. And if their roof is not dirty, or they don't even have a house or a roof, then they're going to immediately kind of skip it. So it kind of like wheedles people out just naturally. So that's a good headline. We want it to like exclude some people. So that's really important. We wouldn't want to be like, you could put in any sort of basic, just like attention grabby headline. Like a lot of people do this for like YouTube or TikTok. Like they'll have just some stupid headline that's like just for clickbait. Don't do that. Like we want something that is kind of specific. And then I like to walk them through the problem. So are moss, leaves, and black streaks eating away at the crown of your home? Crown being like, their home. It happens out here next to the Puget Sound. We have so much rain that our roofs are often very hard, that our roofs are very hard at work. And then, so next we want to explain the problem. And then we also want to like make our customers feel good, feel that it's not their fault. I really like, this is important, because if you wouldn't want to be like, is your roof dirty? Like it's your fault, you piece of shit. Like you don't want to say that. And when you're calling out a problem, you got to be careful, because that's kind of how it can come across. So, I know I'm breathing kind of fast. I'm just like, drinking some coffee. I got some coffee right here. And so, yeah, luckily one of the best and quickest things you can do for your roof is to keep it properly cleaned and treated. So basically, it's a quick fix. We can fix it really quickly. That's a good word. This goes a long way into extending the life of your roof, and it plain looks amazing. Using our gentle mixture, you guys can read it. So we have done almost 1,000 roofs over the last couple of years and have nothing less than a 5-star rating on Facebook and Google. So whatever resources you have, if you have a lot of good reviews, use them. If you've done a lot of roofs, use them. And like I remember when I first started, I was watching videos about people, like they had big websites, they had lots of reviews, and I was like, I don't have any of that stuff. So use your strengths to your advantage, or even use your weaknesses to your advantage. This is like a topic from the book Think and Grow Rich. One of his sons was deaf. He was born literally without ears. And so his son was like, oh, I'm never going to get anywhere in life. And his dad was like, no, you need to use that as a strength. So he would go door to door. And so was his brother. His brother was like a normal person, had ears and he could hear. But the deaf kid outsold him because everyone kind of felt sorry for the kid. And like, oh, he ended up making way more money. So it's an example of he was using his quote unquote weakness as a strength. So if you don't have any reviews, if you have done very little jobs and you don't really have the same credibility, you can use that to your advantage. Be like, hey, we just started. This is why we're giving a bit of a discount. Our prices are much more reasonable. We don't have the same amount of overhead. And you can tell your customers that too. Like I've had a lot of people ask me like, oh, do you do this? Do you do that? And I'll tell them straight up. It's like, I've never done that type of work before, but I've done a lot of work similar to it and I'm willing to give it a go. I'll charge you like half price or something like that. So then, and just being straight up, being honest with the customer has never led me astray, and just super important. So your roof is in good hands. So here's comes to the offer. So I've tested a lot of different offers, and I usually have some sort of like monetary offer, like $99, $199, $299 for a roof and gutter or something. Here I'm trying like a roof and gutter clean, or we'll put that as a headline. Free roof and clean. Free roof and gutter clean. For some reason it's not showing up. Caption is too long. Let me see if I can get it going. So that's what's gonna look like over here. I don't know why it wasn't showing up. Free roof and gutter clean. So people are gonna see the video first. They're gonna be scrolling. This will add years onto your roof life. Like, oh, what does that mean? And then, is your roof looking a bit dirtier? And then they're gonna be watching the video. Free roof and gutter clean. Like, oh wait, no, actually, whoops, I totally goofed that up. Free gutter clean. You see, I can't drink coffee and talk to you guys and write an ad at the same time. I can only do two things at a time. So free gutter clean with roof wash. So that's probably why Facebook didn't like it. I don't know, no idea. But free gutter clean and roof wash. And then one thing that I've done, so then I like to label it, just so we can kind of keep track. Because then what we're gonna do is we're gonna duplicate this. Oh, I know I kind of like bounced around a little bit there. I'll walk you through. So then this one, we're going to add a little emoji. So we're going to add a little bit of emoji to the headline. I don't typically do this that often. Emojis kind of like, it's whatever. I have not seen like an amazing return, but might as well test it. If that's the only thing we're going to change. So didn't mean to like stop reading. So here, this is important. We're establishing our credibility, that people can trust us. And obviously, too, that comes with it. Because people will ask, like, they'll do, like, a short ad. They'll, like this is, like, all of the... Like, some people will run just this as an ad. My phone number. That's fine. I mean, just don't bother me. Please do not call me. I'll have people call me. They're like, hey, I saw your number. I'm like, bro, that's weird. Like, why would you call someone on the internet? So, anyways, you guys know that. I don't want to go into that. So, just... don't do that. Okay, so people will have this as their ad, just like this tiny little bit. When, look at this, like we're explaining everything they need to know. We're obviously establishing that we are an expert. Like we know exactly what we're talking about. They can trust us. We've done this. We've done 1,000 roofs. So our credibility is huge. People buy from people that they trust. I used to think it's obviously know, like, and trust. Those are the three kings for selling. But in this case, like no one just knows you, and they don't necessarily like you. If they trust you, like think of how many examples of that. Like, going to the tire shop, you don't necessarily like the people that work there or know them that well, but you trust them. They they work for a company, and that they're going to do a good job. So this is pretty similar. We need to establish our credibility and our trust. So that's enough on that. So then the next part, I like to walk them through the entire process. A quick, no obligation, free quote, either virtually or in person, whichever is easiest. A full brush, hand cleaning, downspout, roof soft wash, safe for home and pets. And look at these. So these are all these bullet points, because instead of bullets, I used little emojis. But all these bullet points are frequently asked questions. It's questions that I've gotten 100 times from customers. Like, oh, do you guys power wash? No. Do you guys clean the gutters? Yes. Do you guys clean downspouts? Yes. Is it safe for home and pets? Yes, yes, yes. So we want to answer all those questions preemptively. That's how you're going to handle all these objections. You want to handle the objection before it even comes up. So then by the time it's time to actually message you, and then summer's the perfect time to get this done. Your roof is good to go. So just read this. You can pause it, read it, and then have my number so people can call me. Which, as I said, someone already called me, or they texted me this morning. So these are when you have a long ad like this, your credibility is gonna be super high. So So we have 2 ads right here. I would probably, let's do another one. Let's duplicate it. So this is the emoji one. I'm going to change the media, change video. So let's do this one. My face is over there. So this is the one that I was talking about. It did really well. Do this one thing every year. Next. But this one also isn't a roof washing video. Let me see if I have another video of me doing that. I'll have to add one, but basically the whole point is, we'll probably, I would like to test different videos, different pictures, test as many ones as you want, as you can. Like I said, I like to keep it, 3 to 4 ads for $10, and then we'll see pretty quickly in the next 3 days. That's another question that people get is, how much should I spend? How much, or when should I shut the ad off? So I like to give it 3 to 4 days before I have any sort of data. Like people will come to me in my private group or whatever, and they'll be like, I've spent, $5 a day and the ads aren't working. I'm like, bro, so for 3 days, you spent $15 on an ad and it hasn't worked. Like, bro, we've already established that it's going to be at least, like, if everything's awesome, like $8 per message, worst case, like $15. So like worst case, like it's going to take 3 days anyways to get one single lead. So like I want to spend at least $50, sometimes even $80 before I've determined that an ad isn't going to work. And this is another thing where it's important. I believe it was, who was it? Ray Dalio, who said it was like, it's not about the hits, getting on base. It's about the swings. So you want to take as many swings as possible. Every little ad that we're testing and we're seeing if it works is a swing that we're going to potentially make a lot of fucking money. Because as I mentioned, one single customer can give you $1,500, which if you're spending $30 per day, that's what, like $900 a month. So if you get one high ticket job from these ads, that covers your entire ad spend for the entire month. So it literally just takes sometimes one customer, one job to change your whole business. And especially, even if it was a $300 job and the neighbor comes over, he knocks on your door, or you upsell the customer, or, it just propels your momentum. So that's where, like, this is super important. Like, running ads is just awesome. Like, I just don't, and it can be scary. You're throwing money out and you're not necessarily sure it's going to come back. I get it. We've all been there, but you just got to fight past that. You got to fight past that's your emotional side of your brain thinking. You got to think logically. You're like, okay, if we can spend $30 per day and make $300 back, we're making money. So that is pretty much the whole, that's how I run Facebook ads. That's how I'm making, doing at least 1, 2, sometimes 3 or 4 jobs every single day. Because, if the ads are working, you just duplicate it. You spend more money. You could spend 30, 40, 50, $60 per day if you wanted on Facebook ads. And that's how we do it. So if you guys want to dive deeper into this, I have a private group, as well as, like, I call it the God Tier course. It's like dives a little bit deeper into everything. It's down below, so check it out. But otherwise, I have a lot of other videos about how to do Facebook ads and go a little bit more in depth on here and TikTok. So I will see you guys there. But let's get after it, guys. Let's go. Peace.